You've worked in the SEC a long time recruiting. How different, if any, was this recruiting process, kind of a rush job for you guys in recruiting for Tennessee than at your previous stops in the conference?
It's pretty similar. You know, I think that the coach presented it very well, and the things that he said, and you know, like he said, 31 days opportunities that we had, you know, to try and build on the relationships that we didn't have with the prospects and their parents. I thought we did a great job, but you know, I thought that I think the entire staff did a great job. They felt the atmosphere. They felt the family atmosphere, the great tradition here at Tennessee, and that's what we wanted to get across.
Did you all come up short on linebackers?
Well, we signed one in this class, Corey Vereen. He's a mid-year. Certainly, we'd like to add a couple more. We're going to continue to recruit and look at guys as they come in. We have a great brand. We know that we're going to attract great linebackers in the future, but it's also about getting the guys that fit your needs and your profiles as well. So we're going to continue to, you know, do our due diligence and see what's out there, but we're also going to make sure that they fit our profile and make sure that they're, you know, worthy of playing in the SEC.
Jalen and Jason are both, you know, big guys for you. I mean, what do they project? I mean, what do you think about their frames? How much more weight can they add?
I think the model we're looking for is athletic, big, competitive, intelligent young men, and I think all three of the young men that we signed fit that mold. I think they're very athletic as a group. They had over 50 sacks between the three of them in high school. I think they all have great growth potential, so we're really excited about the future.
Do you think, or do you see any one of those guys as a guy who can be a defensive tackle when he comes in? I mean, Jason at 280, is he a jumbo defensive end or maybe an undersized defensive tackle?
What we talk about is putting young men into the position to be the most successful he can be. So we don't talk a lot about you're an end or a tackle right away. We talk about coming in, developing, polishing your skills. We're going to find the best place to make you successful, and that's what I like about them. They all have great growth potential. They all have athletic ability. They're all very intelligent, very competitive. So that's this type of young man we're looking for.
Willie, I think you maybe have the most SEC experience of anybody on staff and have recruited in this league for a long time. How have you seen it change, and how did this process this year compare to maybe any of the other years that you've had?
You know, it really hasn't changed. It's the same as all. You know, the great thing about it is that we're a great institution that gets the opportunity to recruit the best of the best. And like Coach Jones has said, we have a great brand, and that's what's so exciting when you go out. You know, we have we select the young men that we want to go after, and it's an easy sell. The program sells itself, and just they have to get to know us, you know, and that's what I think that we were able to do for 31 days. We changed some lives. We changed people's thinking. I mean, this is a great place, and everybody knows it. I mean, across the nation, everybody knows the University of Tennessee is a great program, and that's what's exciting. And so that was the fun part about it, and it hasn't changed. It's the same. If anything, it's changed. I think, you know, back then there was no tweeting, but now there's tweeting. So it's staying on top of the social media, but that's where it's really changed.
When you say we changed some lives, can you expound on that? What do you mean by that?
Just the relationships that we built, and maybe some of the kids that weren't giving a look at the University of Tennessee, they thought about it. They thought about it really long and hard, and the ones that we're so proud and able to coach now when they're here, it's exciting. It really is. And I'm talking about coaching staffs. I'm talking about high school coaches. I'm talking about community leaders. How we carried ourselves as a staff, and our fan base is just phenomenal, and it's just a great brand.
When you say that you got some guys to look at Tennessee that maybe otherwise wouldn't have, is that something that encourages you moving forward because you referenced just the 31 guys?
Absolutely. It sells itself. I mean, it's an awesome place.
Coach Stripling, what we hear when you're following college football in a big picture a lot is the defensive line. That's where you see the most difference in the SEC. Can you just kind of expound on that? Does that change? You know, how does that impact what you look for in recruiting?
No, I don't think. I think obviously the success of a defense is predicated by the success of their defensive line to be able to stop the run and also then to apply pressure to the quarterback. So that hasn't changed. I think what changes is your style. What we're looking for is athletic young men that can make plays. We're not asking them just to be a space heater. We're asking them to go be active, to make plays. We'll be an aggressive defense. They're going to be a vital part of it. So we're looking for playmakers, not just space heaters.
Coach Martinez, you brought in 4 or 5 guys that are going to play in the secondary. How are they going to kind of change the face of the secondary in terms of size, speed, whatever?
That's a great question. I'm excited. If you look at those 5 kids, they're electrifying with the ball in their hands, and they wanted to play defense. And they'll help us in other areas as far as returners, but they were leaders of their team. They were, you know, whether they were a quarterback, they were a wide receiver, you got a 3-sport star in there, you got multiple sports, guys that played the sports, you know, you got guys that are great athletes and got great leadership skills. So that's what I take from the 5. That's what's exciting, and I want people to notice that. Take notice of that, because that's really what you need in the back end. You need guys that understand the game of football from an offensive standpoint when you're playing back there on defense, and it's they love ball. And like I said to you, they were quarterbacks, wideouts, running backs, and based off, you know, of my experience and the people that I've surrounded myself, you know, that made a difference in my life and this career, those are the ones that have success.
Steve, when you're trying to hold on to a guy like Jason, who you kind of inherit, and he takes a visit to Alabama, do you panic? Do you try to stay calm? How do you react to a situation like that?
I always try to stay calm. It doesn't always work, but you know, that was an exciting time. Again, I give Jason and his father a lot of credit that they were loyal to Tennessee, and they always have been, and there was great direction by his father. So, you know, it was, again, relationships, as Coach Jones just talked about, getting to know him, having him trust us as coaches that we're really going to look after his best interest.
Anything else?
Coach Jancek, how much is immediate playing kind of used as an inducement?
Immediate playing time is always a consideration for the prospects. Coach Jones said it earlier, there's no cookie-cutter plan for all of the prospects. All of them have different things that are of interest to them. They're all going to base their decision off different areas, whether it's academics, playing time. All those things do come into factor, but I would say that that is something that you know, most kids would consider, yeah.
Changing back to a 4-3, was that an important decision for some of these players, or did it make any difference to them?
Absolutely, and we wanted to make sure that, first of all, that when we looked at the film, that these young men would fit that profile, that would excel in a 4-3 defense. You are looking for a different body type. You are looking for a different type of player at the defensive line and really at the linebacker position. So that was very important. And I think it's exciting. Our players, I know, are excited to get back to a 4-3. It's the experience of this entire staff, not just myself, of being in a 4-3 that I think is going to make it all work.
Anybody else? All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.